Take your position. Take your position. Ball kudukada. Ball kudukada tame. Hey kudukada. Kudukada. Central வைக்க கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டேன். எதுக்கு திடீர்னு
James, hello, James. James, எடுத்துட்டு வரலவா? அண்ணா. No.
Yes.
நல்லா பரங்கிட்டா வர.
டீம் கூப்பிடு ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணு. அண்ணா லேட் பை 5 minutes.
டிலே பண்ணிதான் நான் 7 கால்ல வந்து டீம் கால் பண்ணும்போது
ஓகேவா?
பே பண்ணிடுறேன். நான் வந்தோடனே கேட்டேன் நெக்ஸ்ட் டே வர வரைக்கும் கேன்சலா ப்ரோ அந்த ஸ்கோர் என்னடா நம்பர் இல்ல
டீம் ஸ்டேக் பொசிஷன்
எல்லா நம்பர் இருக்கா ஓகே
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. We have a grandstand contest coming up, and it's between SRM and the Hindustan College. So Hindustan College will be attacking in blue, wherein SRM will be attacking in orange. A fine morning, a fine winter morning to play football, and these two teams, they will be desperate to even produce a finer result that should be a fitting end to so far what has been a cracking campaign for both the sides. From the left to the right, we have Hindustan College attacking in blue, wherein from the right to the left on your screen, we have SRM putting up all their pressure, putting up all their valuable experience on the line to figure out a way forward. A scrappy start to the contest so far, not a few solid passes stitched, the ball seeing most of the air at times, so this is something which probably will settle down as the game progresses. But right now, it's a pretty decent affair to talk about. A long throw-in is about to come, which will witness SRM dropping in a quick throw. Now trying to find out a way from the far left. A fine cross there, but probably the striker went a feet too far, went a feet too deep in the attacking third. Not allowing himself the space that he would have wanted for a shot, or probably to latch on to the delivery that was his sent in from the left. Another throw-in. SRM quickly running across, trying to get hold of things there. And while we say this incredible contest, a long throw coming in, the defense seems pretty solid at the moment for Hindustan College, and plays it down to the far left, averting a momentary downfall. A soft push, the referee took notice of it and blew the whistle. So yeah, as we say this incredible contest is brought to you by the official YouTube channel of Reliance Foundation Youth Sports, and it's a request to you all that if you want to continue witness such incredible youth sports coming up in the most grandiloquent fashions of all, you can like, share and subscribe to our official YouTube channel. still to find out something positive, something resonating in the contest. We saw a decent defensive move from SRM a few moments back, but again, it wasn't solid enough to carve open an opportunity. Quick pass down the far right. And now a long ball going forward. An opportunity did fall SRM's way, but the referee already pointed out it was going to be a free kick. So no joy for SRM. And now it's going to be Hindustan College to kickstart proceedings from the other end, and the goalkeeper doesn't waste much time and starts the affair. It was a bit of a tricky chance there. Very sloppy defensive work from Hindustan College allowed SRM to regain possession of the ball, but then the defender did a pretty decent job of covering his ground, made atonements for his earlier mistake, and now the possession stays in control of Hindustan College. A long clearance coming from SRM. The Hindustan College attackers desperate to pounce upon anything that comes their way. We have a fine contest, we have a high caliber contest going forward with both sides interested to squeeze their best out, test their opposition in all possible way, and put the right question in place about what will be the possible attacking chances. This was another opportunity coming SRM's way. They're putting a few men forward, just trying to open up that right channel. But again, vigilant defending from Hindustan College averts the danger momentarily. It's going to be another corner kick for SRM. A reward for the early salvo that they have showcased. The corner kick was sent miles away from the post, eventually detracting from the danger factor. The farther you go from the post in the case of a corner, unless you have a striker who probably waits at the far end to volley it home, and that too with clinical accuracy, there isn't much success that you're gonna savor. A bit of a push, a bit of a show, but the referee says that the game can continue, so no problems whatsoever. A decent start to the game, a fast-paced contest that we have seen already, a couple of offensive moves from both the sides, attempts to find the gateway to glory. But as things stand, it's still locked at an impasse. Now quickly passing it over to a few players there. Nice through ball being sent forward. The goalkeeper charges out of his line and lays claim to it. This could have been the first categorical opportunity falling Hindustan College way, falling SRM's way. But then, pretty decent goalkeeping keeps the scorecard as it was a few moments back. Quickly takes the ball away and now tries to push forward, but it's going to be a throw-in in favor of Hindustan College. The referee quickly runs across to have a word with the linesman. Probably a line or two has been crossed by the players while they're trying to take the throw, and he's headed towards a goalkeeper to most likely have a word. We aren't yet sure that what exactly is the scenario, but the linesman did call the referee over to have a word or two, and now he's headed towards the linesman. And it's a yellow card given to the goalkeeper. The possible answer wasn't there, but there must have been something noticed by the referee that kind of compelled him to resort to such a drastic decision early in the game, because it's just 8 minutes on the clock, and as we would go. There isn't much so far, but we have already seen a booking, a couple of offensive moves from both the sides. So a pretty tight-knit affair, if we may say. Another opportunity for SRM from the far left, but won't be able to reach it. It's a goal kick in favor of Hindustan College. Plays the pass to the far left. I guess it'll have to be retaken there. The ball was most likely rolling because when it comes to a goal kick, it'll have to come to a complete halt. It has to be a start from a dead ball situation, from the scratch. You can't keep the ball rolling and take a kick. So he'll be fortunate not to be given a warning. He's already on a yellow, so these can be obvious signs for Hindustan College. Now SRM, they had a decent start to the game. They had a bit more foot on the pedal than Hindustan College has managed to, but so far we still don't have someone who can be clear on the attacking moves. Now an opportunity for SRM to put a few feet forward. This can be an opening, but again, alert defending, and the goalkeeper clears any possible peril that could have bothered Hindustan College at the moment. They have been kept pretty busy in the defensive unit, so it's not going to be a cakewalk for the opposition either to break down that solid defense. They'll have to produce something very special, something extraordinary to barge into the opposition defensive half. But right now, as things stand, there isn't much to separate these two teams. For the first time, they have received the ball and the attacking unit, and that's a first shot taken, but it lacked the precision and it definitely lacked the power that can even bother the goalkeeper. It's as simple as a take that the goalkeeper can take, and they are gonna not just gonna take them all day long, but they are probably gonna take them in their sleep at the end of the day, because it is very simple. There's nothing left from that shot. It felt as if it was a desperate attempt to at least register an effort on the goal from Hindustan College. They haven't expressed themselves much in an attacking manner because they have been kept pretty busy by SRM in their defense. As things stand, both the sides have shown the intent, have shown the passion and fervor to break free, but it isn't just the passion, fervor and the zeal that eventually allows you to take the lead. It's a lot more than that. It's precision, it's incision, and it's definitely some accuracy and a leader who can lead the show for you. All of these things combined gets you a goal. Now, of course, there are goals that are probably scored against the run of play, but once again, for that you need that accuracy, that hunger to finish. You'll always need to be on your toes for any opportunity that comes off. Oh, the goalkeeper ended up committing a howler. A ball that was pretty simple for him. He didn't understand the uneven slipping away of it, and it could have been a corner, but the goalkeeper had some space to make redressal for his earlier error. But right now, it seems that Hindustan College hasn't been too concentrated on making atonements for their sins, as they give away the ball way too cheaply now. And SRM is slowly growing in stature. The starting note, and now they will be desperate to probably build on from that. They will like to secure some momentum going their way and make it a smooth start. Scrappy attempts from Hindustan College. pretty intermittent on the move to find an outlet for themselves, but as things stand, they won't have much success in opening up the gateway to glory. The ball's fallen for SRM. A great opportunity is in the making. They're looking for that shooting space, takes that, but deflected by the defender. Another shot coming in, but once again the defender keeping alert there, cutting short any space that he could have utilized in their favor. Chance there, but again, not really the direction in which he would have intended the ball to fall. Plays a short pass. And this time, a nice ball sent scarring down the right. The attacker couldn't keep control of it. What should have been a free run in the attacking unit eventually ends up going out for a pedestrian ball. But again, an opportunity there for Hindustan College to break. But excellent defending from SRM has taken care of any danger that could have bothered the men in blue, that could have bothered the men in orange. A long ball being sent forward. There's an attacker. He does try to poke a feet at it. And the goalkeeper eventually lays claim to it. The offside was not given. The flag was down. This was a fine move there. Perfectly placed for the attacker. And the goalkeeper kind of made a hash of affairs. He was fortunate that there wasn't any SRM striker following that. Otherwise, that could have been chaos because the defenders were actually away from the ball. So had the ball or had any attacker been in pursuit of the rebound, this probably could have been the opener of the night. A decent move to start proceedings with. But not much of a bother for Hindustan College still, because the scorecard has remained locked at an impasse. SRM keeps on knocking on the doors, but they lack the amount of accuracy that you need to probably put forward in games like these. And again, this incredible encounter, this incredible contest between two very talented sides is brought to you by the official YouTube channel of Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. So it's a request to you all to like, share and subscribe so that you keep on getting notified about such premium sporting content from the youth of the nation delivering on such a high potential platform. As we said, this was another opportunity coming the way of SRM. But he had to be a lot more precise to get the ball into the back of the net because the ball was rolling and it was rolling away from the attacker. So usually situations like these, it's advisable that you cross the ball to the center instead of taking the shot, because on most of the occasions you're going to take the shot on your turn where half of the balance goes on the turn. So you have to be pretty clinical when it comes to that shot on the turn. You have to be technically accurate. You have to get your body in the right angles and you have to slot yourself for the shot accordingly. A great effort there coming all the way from SRM out of nowhere. A botched up clearance from Hindustan College allowed SRM to almost break free, but once again, another opportunity goes begging. The first 17 minutes of the contest have been pretty high paced, and we have seen SRM calling all the right shots, only to be denied in the end due to lack of precision and due to lack of intent in the attacking third, in the D box, where most of the magic happens. SRM comes knocking again. Hindustan College not really able to free themselves from the shackles that have been imposed upon them by the men in blue at the moment, by the men in orange at the moment. And they had an opportunity to break free, took the ball, and this time they almost ended up conceding possession, but fortunate that the ball in its trajectory ended up touching the hand of the player, which will allow them to make the necessary redressals for what could have been a possible howler at a very crucial position of the ground. Despite the attacking unit still to switch on, despite the midfield still to switch on for Hindustan College, Their defensive unit has been on an all-time high and has shown the solidity that is required to keep such a high potential opposition at bay. They've got a ball again. This was exactly what I was talking about. Always on their toes, always alert on what can come out. And even an iota of slip up has been taken care of in the most punishing fashion, getting the ball out of play, not allowing the opposition to probably hope to have a build up. A corner, however, for SRM. They have been rewarded a couple of set pieces, a couple of corners, a free kick too, and that is all a part and parcel of all the gung-ho that they have shown up front. But again, if there's something, the corner was floated in. There was an attack and an opportunity for SRM to get their noses ahead in the game, but once again squandered away. And the defense, again alert, they're clearing the ball away from the goal line. So yes, as I was saying, all the gung-ho that has been shown up front, all the brazen attitude that has been shown by SRN, that won't count if they can't find the back of the net. Because we have seen in the tournament over and over again how moments of madness have totally changed the complexion of the game. Just an individual moment, just a matter of 2 to 3 seconds, and a wonder strike, and the team that dominated the game even until the 59th or the 68th or the 89th minute have just changed, and all the attack, all the hope has fizzled away to dust. So you have to take your chances. That's a rule of football. Not just a rule of football, that's a rule of life as well. Opportunities will be very rare, but whenever it comes knocking, you'll have to ensure that you're utilizing them. Once again, the defense maintaining their shape, maintaining their integrity for Hindustan College, that has really not allowed an iota of space to SRM at the moment. SRM has shown intent, has probably asked a few questions to the opposition goalkeeper as well, but the questions weren't strong enough to spin a revolution in place. So at the moment as things stand, we will still have to be satiated with a goalless affair, but it's definitely not a lackluster one. It's so far a barnstorming display, an opportunity for SRM, sends the cross in, another fine goalkeeping move there, saves it with feet, showing a display of his clinical reflexes there, keeping SRM in bay. The attackers are saying they would probably need a few more options up front when they are creating these chances, creating these opportunities. This was the opportunity. There you go. Finally received. Wanted to explore the first post, but a brilliant display of acrobatics, and at the same time, an aquiline reflexes has allowed the goalkeeper to keep things at bay. There was a collision in the penalty box, but the ball had already gone out of play by then. A pretty solid start to the contest by both sides, and as time keeps on passing, as the seconds keep on whiling away, Hindustan College, the defense of Hindustan College, has grown more and more in confidence, and at the moment they kind of seem impregnable. They have cast a shadow of impregnability, and it doesn't seem like SRM at the moment has the big guns, has the battering ram that you need to rattle down such a strong bulwark that has been placed against you. They'll need to probably up the numbers, but I guess they'll wait for a while to send the numbers forward. I guess the referee had a very clear view of it. Again, while he was trying to clear the ball, he ends up handling it. The ball has bounced pretty awkwardly at times, and it isn't controlled. It isn't easy to control the ball when it's bouncing that hard. But then again, the art of being a legend, the art of being a great, depends on how you defy the insurmountable odds, how you brave challenges that others deem as impossible. And these young kids are learning that. They have such a classic platform at their disposal. They're getting the exposure that they need, and it is only possible because Reliance Foundation Youth Sports has come up with such an incredible channel, with such an incredible idea to allow the Indian youth to express their sporting talent. Now a great opportunity, the first one for Hindustan College to break free. A cross comes in, But this time, SRM giving a glimpse of what their defensive unit should look like. They haven't been tested much. This was the first positive opportunity of the day for Hindustan College, even though it didn't seem like that it was going anywhere close to the goal, because the pass that came from the side wasn't as precise as they would have wanted it. An opportunity there, a bit of a commotion in the Hindustan unit, or rather in the SRM attacking unit, allowed Hindustan College to get a ball for themselves, and they are on the move again. Can the defense take care of it? It has been taken care of, but again, temporarily, and the referee blows the whistle because it's going to be a free kick in favor of Hindustan College. They have finally started coming out of the manacles that they had on for almost 25 minutes, and it's going to be the first yellow card for SRM and the second yellow card of the day, with the Hindustan College goalkeeper being the first one to be shown. The referee controlling things with an iron fist, ensuring that the laws are being followed, and that too with clinical distinction. A free kick for Hindustan College. It isn't a very pleasant range that they would want the ball to be in, but nevertheless, even though they won't have a direct shot with such an acute angle and definitely with so much yonder from the goal, but they can float that in. They can float that in the attacking third, where the attackers will probably be lurking for that coveted, prized opportunity that they have been waiting for so long. Here comes in the free kick, sails it in the attacking unit, but it had too much on it, and that would go out for a goal kick. We're almost on the brink of reaching that 90th minute of 30th minute of contest, the half an hour mark, and as things stand, this has been a pretty decent challenge between two very highly talented sides, and they keep on driving forward. Hindustan College this time has snatched the ball back and places it firmly on that left wing. An opportunity for the striker to keep control of the proceedings in his favor, and then bomb forward, but then he wasn't pretty decent with his ball control, and that allowed the opposition to make things pretty easy at the end of the day. And this time SRM, not really knowing how to get the ball out of their area at the moment, are clearing any possible chances. They have shown incision in the attack, but they probably have lacked the amount of accuracy you need, or the precision, or the calm heads you need to finish your chances. But right now, it's Hindustan College who's on the attack, and as they keep on pouring their men forward, as they keep on slightly increasing the numbers ahead, it's important that SRM also maintains their defensive solidity, because if they can't, it can be a serious challenge, because Hindustan College has soaked in all the pressure until now, and now they have started asking the questions too. But so far in all the attacking moves that Hindustan College has actually managed to price out, the SRM defense hasn't been as reckoning as it should as their attacking unit. An opportunity there, but sends it wide. It's going to be a corner in favor of SRM. While they wanted to control the ball from the side, there's a slight push, and eventually the ball went out of control. So a corner kick there in favor of SRM, and they'll have to take it floated in from the right end. Floats the corner in. A great effort. A nice follow through from the attacker there. But eventually the ball has been headed out for a throw in. Decent defensive work again. We can see on the sidelines as well how a terrific contest this has been, and how it has allowed the opposition to keep things in check. A long throw taken in by SRM. Tries to go for an effort, but the flag was already on, so it wasn't a properly taken throw. So it's going to be it was a foul throw rather, so it's going to be a rethrow for Hindustan College. If the first 20 minutes belong to SRM, the last 10 minutes has somehow been dominated by Hindustan College, and with much better accuracy than their counterparts have actually produced. The referee has a nice smile on his face, just having a word with the defender that why are you doing that? You know already the rules, you know I'm gonna lay it down, so probably you've got to be a bit more alert. It's good to see that. Goes for it, passes the ball. Can he keep it in control? He couldn't. It had a bit too much weight on it than he would have liked for himself, but it's okay. At the end of the day, it's a corner. It's a throw in favor of SRM. So again, not a decently taken throw in, and the resultant control from SRM wasn't solid. So the initial spell of belligerence has somehow been drying away for Hindustan College, or for SRM rather, and Hindustan College has started imposing themselves in a much better and a much more vibrant edition of themselves, a vibrant incarnation of themselves than the ones that they were in the initial 20 minutes, where they were pretty busy defending their own fortress. But now it seems like SRM has somehow been looking around for opportunities in intermittence. So that is allowing Hindustan College to break free with a few chances for themselves. Another opportunity there, some nice ball control being displayed. Well, the ball's bouncing a pretty bit awkwardly. It's also swinging around, so it won't be easy for SRM to get something going their way. But it's right now it's all over. It's Hindustan College swarming over their counterparts. Another yellow card coming, and this time it's for a Hindustan College attacker. We'll quickly let you know who was the one who was taken into the referee's book. Most likely it was a push while he was trying to control the ball. This has been a pretty even contest with both the teams probing each other, with both the teams having their individual spell of attack, having their individual spell of defense. So none of both the sides are still locked at an impasse, and as far as the complexion of the game goes, I believe it's a fair result. Despite all the attacking salvo from both sides, this is a great chance for SRM, but a fine defensive work from Hindustan College. Despite losing his footing, despite allowing the opposition to get a step forward, he ensured that he had his eye on the ball, and he took care and eventually cleared any possible danger that could have lurked just around the corner for Hindustan College. They have a chance now. Plays it to the far right. Won't have much success either, because Hindustan College has SRM has the ball back in their favor. But right now again, it's Hindustan College on the move. That was a poor, I guess that hit the referee on the way, so the referee will have to stop the game. And the possession will be granted back to Hindustan College. Once again, Hindustan College trying to take care of the possession, but right now SRM is on the move again. Oh, this was a great flick from the back in an attempt to clear the ball, but it wasn't a well-controlled one. It was definitely a great attempt. It was a valiant effort to the entire point of two teams duking it out, jousting for supremacy, is to get those goals. It's a fine 1-2 play there from SRM. They've created some pockets of space for themselves, and they keep on coming. They keep on hoping that they will find that opening. Goes for distance, goes for the shot all the way by himself, but the goalkeeper won't be bothered by that. This fine contest of two young teams, two young colleges, jousting for supremacy, going unreservedly with claws and fangs bared at each other's throats, is brought to you by the official channel of Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. And it's an earnest request from our end to like, share, and subscribe so that at the end of the day you keep on getting all the notifications for this wonderful contest coming up, and you can witness them firsthand. SRM has an opportunity coming their way again. This can be a golden chance for the moment that they were looking forward to. Allowing a nice shot there, but very well deflected. But this shot, it deserves plaudits. It was a very well taken shot. Another opportunity, another great save from the goalkeeper. A full stretch dive, denying what could have been the moment of reckoning for the opposition. A long clearance there from Hindustan College, and now they are on the break. The goalkeeper has to come out to clear the lines, and the ball will fall back for SRM. Chance for them to break free again. Opportunity. Looking for a few people there. Sends it backward. Sends a few passes in the front. This can be an opportunity again from the right, but well taken care of by Hindustan College. As I keep on saying, the attacking intent hasn't been as great as they would have wanted so far. They have tried hard to come closer to that goal, but somehow the dividends are still to be yielded. A throw in favor of SRM at the moment. The question is, can they finish this final 10 minutes of the first half on a high? They have been pretty decent so far. A push from the back, and the referee says that wasn't really necessary because the ball wasn't going your way. But again, it is understandable. The players are pretty ravenous to always get possession of the ball, to keep the ball in their control, because that is eventually what prices out the results in their favor. It's a long ball forward. By chance, keeps the ball in their possession. Nicely twist and turn. Kept the ball in control, but now SRM has snatched it away. Sends the ball forward once again. It's the same tradition that has carried on through the game. The SRM has done all the hard work, has created chances for themselves, created spaces for themselves. But at the end of the day, they have failed to open up the doors that could have given them an early lead. And it continues, the manner in which they have functioned. They have lacked the required strength to open up that jammed door, to find the opening that they have so desperately been craving for. And that can only come if you are a lot better on your attacking moves. Creating chances aren't enough. You'll have to utilize them. Otherwise, the regret is far stronger than losing without creating chances, because coming close on several occasions. A chance here again for SRM. Finally controls the ball, sends it into the near post. Continuous attempt at knocking on the door has eventually bore the dividends that they were looking forward to. A fine finish there. Poor goalkeeping, if I may say there, because it was the first post for the goalkeeper. And it was number 9 for SRM, Gopinath, to get the back of the net. We have got the opener. What a fine finish. Trapped the ball with his chest, brought it down. See, this was the chance. There you go. Finally controls it with a header. Drags the ball, creates that opportunity, creates the space, and brilliantly exploits the gap of the feet against his opposition. You won't see a finer goal than that. the befitting result to all the salvo that they have piled up. And what a moment to get ahead in the game. Just when it felt that Hindustan College will probably be piling a bit more pressure on SRM, they have found that all-important goal that can work both ways. Hindustan College once again coming out of the blocks. So yeah, as I was saying, it can work both ways. It can either pepper themselves up and they can probably start testing the goalkeeper far more than they were initially. But the goal, there was nothing the defender could have done. There was nothing the goalkeeper could have done. It initially felt that the goalkeeper probably could have done more, but the replay showed that the kind of impeccable gentry stitched by Gopinath on that goal, it was a one-man goal. A fine finish, controlled the ball first, latched onto it, then brought it down with his head, took a dribble, took a dummy, that sent the defender hurling forward without the faintest idea of where was the ball headed. And what a calm finish through the feet of the legs of the defender and then to the outstretched hand of the opposition goalkeeper. A brilliant finish at the end of the day. And Gopinath has drawn first blood. They have struck first in such a high octane encounter, and whoever strikes first gets an upper hand in contests like these. They get the momentum going their way. And that too, just when everybody thought that we were probably going to go into the first half, into the first breather, without a glimmer of a goal. But we have just witnessed the first goal of the day, and this can keep on increasing. The pressure can keep on increasing. And a free kick being floated into the box. The goalkeeper had to make a save there, and what a fine save in the end, because he was running forward. There was a lot of momentum in that run, so he had to control his run before he crossed the line. We have seen on a couple of occasions how such errors have actually cost the opposition very dearly, and they won't want it. They have played a pretty decent game until now. They have recently secured a lead. They won't like to give away a cheap free kick at the moment. Hindustan College has got the ball back, and as I keep on saying, despite all the attacking intent from SRM, and an opportunity, oh my word, it's the woodwork that once again comes in the way of Hindustan College, and an opportunity to equalize. They were almost there from point blank range, and they had a great opportunity going their way, but unfortunate, very unfortunate. To try and show you the replay, this is the replay. There you go. What a fine run. He recovered from the slip. And a brilliant header, free header, nobody marking him. All he needed to do was guide it home. But a bit unfortunate there, as the ball went away and clattered onto the woodwork. Another yellow card. So this is the third yellow card of the morning. And a pretty decent sign, especially for the Hindustan College players. "42 minutes on the clock, and both the sides have been pretty decent, have been pretty solid, and keeps on driving as far as they can get." Plays it to the far right, Hindustan College, hoping to get the equalizer before the first half peters out. They were within inches of finding that equalizer. As I said, like, SRM has been pretty solid with their attacking intent, but their defenders have operated in a pretty disgruntled manner. They'll need someone to lead their defense like the way Gopinath has led their attack. A long goal kick taken, sent it downtown, and once again SRM trying to find that insurance goal, because they know that a one goal cushion is extremely slender and it can crumble at any point in time. So they'll have to figure out a way to get that insurance goal. And most importantly, with the kind of defense they have at their disposal, they will need more goals to assert their supremacy. On the contrary, however, Hindustan College has been pretty fine with their defense. In when the goal was scored, there wasn't much to do from the goalkeeper or the defender. It was such a fine finish. It was a finish of the highest order, controlling the ball and then exploiting the gap between the opposition's legs, and then eventually knowing how far the goalkeeper will have dived, taking the opportunity. That's more important. That you show the courage to go for the shot yourself. You need to have the confidence to take that shot, and that bore fruits, not just fruit but handsome ones, as they got them the all important finish. We are in the final 30 seconds of the first half, of the regulation time of the first half. Probably a minute of more additional time will be here, will be added to the equation. But then again, we aren't really sure about the same. Takes the chance, the ball's fallen back for SRM, sends one long ball forward. The goalkeeper charges up, an opportunity there, he's off his line. And he wanted to go for glory from range. The intent was pretty clear, the idea was correct. The goalkeeper was way off his line, so all he needed to do was just place it, but it's not easy to place from such a range because there are a lot of factors that work here. There's a curl on the ball, and the wind, and the swing, and the kind of power you need to put it in the back of the net. A lot of factors come into the play, and the player has to get everything correct. Now this is an opportunity there, a fine creation, a brilliant save from the goalkeeper, will deny Hindustan College again. What a cracking opportunity for Hindustan College to equalize just at the cusp of half time. But as things stand, this time the goalkeeper darting out of his line, pruning down the angle, and eventually thwarting the opportunity, trading it for a corner. The danger is still not gone because it's a corner at the end of the day. A set piece is always dangerous because you never know what's going to follow next. Corners floated into the box, and this time the defenders have it covered. They keep the ball in their control. They're waiting for the whistle of the first half. They're under some serious pressure and they need an outlet to relieve of that stress that they are in the midst of. Hindustan College keeps on attacking, sends a long ball. However, the attacker at the far end won't be going forward. 3 minutes have been added to the first half. Well, I guess it was expected. There were quite a few stoppages. The referee had to bring out 3 yellow cards, signifying the kind of aggressive football, the kind of physical football that these two teams have dished out. It's a very justifiable addition. The question is, can these two teams make good use of these 2 minutes, of these 3 minutes? We are almost on the brink of the first minute coming to an end, or rather the second minute. So we are in the final minute of the additional time. SRM still putting a few people forward, just hoping that if they can manage to get that second goal just at the edge of time, just at the edge of half time, that will be huge for them, and that will be a crushing blow to the aspirations of Hindustan College, especially when you're going to go to the breather with a specific mindset. The coach must have fixed some kind of strategy, knowing or seeing the opposition at how they have fared and how they have played. So, but then a goal at this hour can totally change what is going on in the coach's mind or what is going on in the team's mind, because ideally these are a chance there for SRM trying to find a way forward. They have found a way to that far right. The cross comes sailing in, but it would sail over, and a goal kick would be awarded to Hindustan College. Cracker of a first half has adorned two very fitting sides, even though it's SRM who has the lead in their favor, but it's Hindustan College who has been pretty much on the move, on the hunt to find that equalizer. That should be the end of first half, and it was Gopinath who gave that all-important lead to SRM from a fine finish, from an impeccable finish. And we will return to you shortly with the second half of the game. It's a breather of 10 to 15 minutes, and the players will be back on ground in no time. So it's SRM Institute of Science and Technology. Gopinath gave them the lead in the 37th minute wherein Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science will need some strategizing, some contemplation to do while they come out for the second half. Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly. And we are back for the second half of the day. What an incredible first half we have had between SRM and Hindustan College. It was through Gopinath that SRM secured the early lead. And as the second half has started, they have already started coming forward. Sends a nice throw, but again, Hindustan College has a pretty solid defensive unit too. Big throw taken in. Again, headed clear by Hindustan College. They are maintaining their defensive shape. Excuse me. They're maintaining their defensive shape at the moment, Hindustan College. They don't want to give away something too easy. Look at this, as I was saying. Heads it clear. Looking for a few opportunities for a few options forward. SRM probably will have to show a bit more of intent to keep that lead, to hold on to that lead. It's not going to be easy. So they'll have to be matured enough to showcase that courage or that faith where you need to keep the ball in your favor. And now sends it on the far left. Hindustan College has an opportunity to knock on the door again, and they've got a corner for themselves. So even a better opportunity now. A few instructions being given away by the goalkeeper. The referee keeping a keen eye on proceedings in the box. A fine corner! And again, before the goalkeeper would have involved a hand in it, the ball went on to rattle the woodwork. It was actually taking a very vicious curl that probably could have been dangerous. Hindustan College trying to find some help in the central channel, even though they haven't enjoyed much of it. A fine run this time on the right wing. Did he go too far? He's kept the ball in play. He's up against three defenders. Not always easy to win a ball on to win a ball from such a situation, but he won a corner for himself. So that would deserve all the credits. He was twisting and turning and kept those four defenders that were breathing heavily on his neck at bay. It's going to be a corner. Whips that in. A header comes in, but it's going to be wide. So it's going to be a goal kick at the end of the day in favor of Hindustan College, or in favor of SRM. A long ball hurled forward. SRM will keep the ball in their proceeding. A fine cross. Can they control it for that shot? He goes for it, but puts too much onto it. On an honest note, they didn't really control it in a position that probably could have spelled doom for Hindustan College. They controlled it a bit too far away from the goal in a very awkward position. The angle got pretty acute, from which breaking free was not going to be easy. Another throw in. So the spell of possession still continues in favor of SRM at the moment. Things are getting a bit patchy at the moment. The clearances aren't that good, and it feels for it was a nice turn, a fine attempt from SRM to probably produce something out of the blue. But again, the way Hindustan College has maintained their defensive solidity, it won't be that easy to break it down from such an acute angle. A nice cross is being sent forward. The attacker darts forward. The goalkeeper's off his line. Doesn't clear it aptly. He'll definitely receive all the plaudits, but he'll have to be a bit more precise when he's clearing those second chances. A long range effort. Ooh, what a save this would be. This was dipping. This was clear shot and goal. A fine effort there from Hindustan College. Eventually will not know the light of the day. Great save there. And eventually, when the ball was just being tipped over, it rattled the woodwork and went out for a corner. Here comes the corner. They were looking forward to Hindustan College putting the numbers forward, hoping for another shot. They won't find a free shot because there are too many feet from SRM. And now SRM has the opportunity to break. But a decent defensive work there. What an intense 2 minutes of action we are witnessing here. Another opportunity there for Hindustan College, but not too much avail. The ball's back with Hindustan College, wherein SRM right now hasn't found anything since that goal to give themselves a smile. Another opportunity again, breaking free, another attempt to take a volley, but crowded away by the defenders. So long goal kick there. And it wasn't taken in a decent manner. A bit of a hodgepodge there. The referee has pointed to the spot. And that's shocking. And the best opportunity for Hindustan College to find the equalizer. Is it? I guess I don't think he's pointed to the spot, is he? Or is it a goal kick that has been pointed? It eventually seems that the players are protesting against the penalty. Most likely while he was trying to take a ball, he ended up hurling a knee at his gut. And the player has taken quite an impact of the same. Oh, it's a goal kick, so it's not a penalty. It seemed that initially there was a point in the spot, but the referee had a close look at things and eventually deemed it as a goal kick. Well, they'll have to be careful. SRM will have to be very, very careful. They can't let this happen. They can't be that casual in the midfield. They'll need to be alert. They have a very slender cushion for themselves, so things are probably going to be even more difficult than they would expect to be. And they haven't done much either to probably double up their cushion. A free kick in favor of Hindustan College. They'll be to launch a decent delivery in the mix. Whips that in. The ball's fallen for the Hindustan College attacker, but then again he couldn't get that pass forward as it was being repelled by the SRM defender. Quickly sends it forward. The ball's fallen back there for Hindustan College, and the referee's blown the whistle. There was a handball, and the referee says it's going to be a free kick. Now, this is a very interesting position for a free kick to be taken. Very menacing position altogether. The wall will definitely have to step back once ball has been placed. The referee showing them where they can stand. They'll have the space to score. They'll have the time to think. Another great opportunity. Some thunderous efforts from ranges like these. Goalkeeper ensuring that the wall is intact. There's no chink in the wall because the wall is very crucial in terms of defending a free kick. We have seen some insane free kicks taken from such range. We have 4 players lined up for the same. They want to take it from the range. They set him up brilliantly, but he couldn't guide his shot to the back of the net either. He didn't control it, to be honest. He lacked the power as well. There's been a fine start to the day. 2 teams putting up their very best. Drops the ball, looks out for some space. Hindustan College has the ball back in their possession. The second half hasn't been pretty decent from SRM. Their attacks are slowly drying up, and Hindustan College is desperate to find that equalizer. A chance coming SRM's way after a long time. Sends the cross, but a very watery cross there. You won't have much luck with that. And it's going to be a throw-in. Fine attempt, but the defense seems alert. They'll be clearing the lines. SRM, this time Hindustan College sends the ball on the far right. There is a player who receives it in phenomenal fashion and eventually takes a tumble. It's going to be a free kick. But I personally believe that probably he had the opportunity to recover and he had a lot of free space. He took the free kick, that's for sure, but it's a bit too far from the goal. It's a bit of an acute angle. It's definitely dangerous because he has the time and space to get the ball in a very favorable position. But I personally believe that while he took the tumble, he had the time to recover as well and probably get himself some important shooting space because no defender was marking him. But then at the end of the day, the free kick would count, and the free kick eventually results in nothing because it was a very poorly taken free kick. Goes for the acrobatic, and the attacker suddenly surges towards the ball. But once again, if there has been one man who's led the defense by example for SRM, it has been their goalkeeper. The goalkeeper has really put up an excellent show, and he continues to do so. It is Abhishek who has been leading the charge for SRM from the back at the moment. Hindustan College keeps on asking the question, keeps on knocking at the doors, keeps on creating the opportunities. And Abhishek has so far come up with some few crucial saves to keep his team still afloat in the contest, to keep the lead that his team secured in the dying stages of the first half intact. Another decent defensive work there from Hindustan College. Chance there, but the resultant cross was wild, wayward, and definitely didn't have any power in it. But this is a chance for SRM to break free. They have some space. They goes for the long ranger, but totally miscues the effort. It's going to be a throw-in. Quick throw-in taken by Hindustan College. This incredible contest is brought to you live by the official YouTube channel of Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. And we request you to like, share, and subscribe. And this is another yellow card there being brought out. It's a fourth yellow card of the day. The referee doesn't want any indiscipline to take place, and he's making it loud and clear with the cards coming out pretty frequently. A free kick in favor of SRM. And as we say this, as we mention this, there's a player down. And as we mentioned this broadcast is brought to you by the official YouTube channel of Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. And it's an honest request for all of us, for all of you, to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that you get notified when such high-profile games happen, when such youth of the nation, when the faces of the future, the poster boys for the offing, takes the field and delivers such high-quality content. The player's back on his feet. That's a good sign. The free kick still stands, and SRM will probably try and double their lead from this. The second half has seen them being pretty reticent. They have not able to produce something solid that they would have wanted to go their way. And the free kick comes crashing down against the two-man wall that was placed by Hindustan College. Now SRM still trying to find an avenue of attack, still trying to keep some juice there in their defense. At the moment, it doesn't seem like their defense is holding all the attacks that is now being stitched together by Hindustan College. Well, they're still to come apart for sure. They have rode a bit on luck and some terrific goalkeeping from Abhishek. Reaches the pass, plays it down the center, but well taken care of by the opposition defense. SRM has the ball back in their control, but Hindustan College keeps on pressing harder and harder, higher and higher. Makes lives a lot more difficult. Again, Abhishek coming off his line. Well, we can see the kind of ground texture that was out there. So, in an effort to just lie down, like normally goalkeepers do, he had to take his time and place his posture accordingly. Otherwise, he could have ended up bruising himself. So, sensible, pretty decent. Youngsters showcasing such high brand of football, a very good spectacle for the eyes. An opportunity coming the way of SRM. Sends across. Another opportunity to go at it, but they won't be successful this time. A long goal kick taken. The ball's back for SRM. The ball's back for Hindustan College. They had an attempt. They played a nice 1-2 and they wanted to surge forward. A quick throw-in taken by Hindustan College. They have the ball still in their control. Pretty poor defensive work so far from SRM. Despite the lead, despite the attacking salvo, their defense has been in shambles. And it continues to be so as Hindustan College keeps on coming back for one attack after the other. Where it's a free kick in favor of Hindustan College. Tips that free kick in. The goalkeeper initially thought of coming off his line, but then he eventually assessed the possible options and what can be the possible curve on the ball. But there is a chance. There was a chance for SRM to put a few men up forward, but decent goalkeeping by Mohan at the other end will put an end to whatever opportunities they had going their way. Taking a few ball, keeping the ball in their control. And now Hindustan College on the break again. They have a couple of attackers moving forward. Abhishek is off his line. Continues being the hero. The question is, how long can he maintain the lead of his team? His defense has somehow seemed to be switched off. And at the moment, it doesn't feel like that they will have much success if they do not batten up their hatches at the earliest. Because Hindustan College has already sniffed blood. And they are tugging at the strings that can give them the breakthrough. Not a very decent cross coming in from that left wing. There's a chance, but the ball's fallen back for SRM. They'll have to keep the ball in their control for a while. It's been some time that they have actually enjoyed possession for more than a few seconds. A bit fortunate there. He cut it short for sure, but then was almost on the verge of losing it up. It's now getting a bit too bad from SRM. They are filled with hopelessness. There's a chance. The ball running away from the attacker. I guess it had too much weight on the ball, and I guess the ball was also awkwardly bouncing, so it's not easy for the player to reach at the end of it. Things are getting more and more difficult for SRM. They have the lead for sure. They're dictating the narrative for sure. Had it not been for Abhishek under the woodwork, things could have been way worse. There's still 23 minutes of contest come over. Hindustan College on the rise again. Chance there this time. Wants to probe the goalkeeper from range, but put too much weight behind the ball and ended up skying his effort. Another effort falling SRM's way, but while Hindustan College was clearing, they ended up ramming straight. So another yellow card comes out, and it's the fifth yellow card being shown. It's a free kick from a very dangerous position. The question is, can they use it to their good extent? Can they use it to their own benefit, their own advantage? They've been pretty solid until now when it comes to attacks, but their midfield somehow has just vaporized, and at the moment it has been all Hindustan College. But after a long time, they've got something for themselves that looks bit menacing and definitely categorical. Goes for the free kick, goes for the range. It was dipping. The goalkeeper had to time his jump to perfection and eventually collects it. It was a fine effort, one of the finest rather, and probably the only effort from SRM in the second half, but what a clinical piece of goalkeeping. Times his job to perfection and eventually collects it. Hindustan College has got the ball back. Despite the fact that they are being fouled and hurt, they do not want to lose the ball. They do not want to lose possession of the ball. They are doing every possible thing that they can in their control to keep that possession, to keep that attacking intent that they have shown. But once again, there was a freak moment of madness from Gopinath in the first half. A goal of such high class, a goal of such high stature, a goal of such impeccable brilliance did the trick for them. So they will also need a moment of fortune going their way, a moment of break, something individual, some incredible show of display from the individuals. Goes for a free kick, but it flies away, and there's a push. The referee quickly reaching to the player's aid.
ரெண்டு பிளேயர் மூணு பிளேயர் நிக்கிறா பாருப்பா டிஃபென்ஸ்
Goal kick for SRM, and they clear the lines eventually. And the referee blows the whistle. It's going to be another free kick for Hindustan College. Well, now Hindustan College will need somebody to pull off a moment of madness, because until and unless they get that, it's going to be very hard for them to score. With every passing second, Hindustan College will be strengthening their grip on the game. This was another chance, a fine diving effort from Abhishek towards the opportunity. Another brilliant save. And the number of saves keep on going higher and higher. A long clearance there. Bit of a push from back, but Hindustan College has the ball back in their favour. So the referee didn't bother to give a free kick. But they have just given it away to SRM. Can SRM utilize that again? They try. So somehow they are now focused on creating the long balls for themselves. They are playing the ball on the far wings, but it seems as if their attackers are also a bit constricted at the moment. A golden opportunity, but a decent defensive work. But it was not cleared properly. Another shooting effort. But then Hindustan College has the ball back in their possession. But before they could build from that, the ball has been snatched back by SRM. SRM trying to come back to life. And an excellent piece of defense results in a corner. There's been a pretty high counter, and despite the initial spell, despite the first 23 minutes of the game being dictated, of the half being dictated thoroughly by Hindustan College, they still haven't found the back of the net. And most importantly, they have allowed an opportunity to SRM to almost double their lead, but he went a bit too far. The goalkeeper didn't have to do much in the second half, and he will like things to be that way, because Hindustan College will have to find an outlet. They will need that equalizer to stay in the game. This was the chance. Floated in there. There was an attacker actually chasing it. He should have converted that. He was a bit too late to start his run, and eventually there's another player rolling on the ground. Sends a lovely ball to the front. before he could have taken the shot. The linesman has already shown. I guess the referee has already called it a free kick because of the high boots there. So 75 minutes, we are in the final 15 minutes of the game. And as far as the contest has gone, it's been a it has been a very eventful contest between two colleges who wants to deliver at the highest possible order, who wanted to showcase their skills, and it has been a nice work there from the attacker of the Hindustan college. But eventually, before he could go for that shot, the SRM defender was right on their toes, and he cleared any possible menace that could have probably fallen them. But the balls are gone out for a throw-in now. Nice little 1-2. Allows them to dart forward. But Hindustan College, once again, this time a bit sloppy. He could have easily played it back to the goalkeeper, wanted to actually cut it behind and just allow another defender to cut back and get the ball in for themselves. But it didn't happen because it was a failed clearance already. Another throw in favor of SRM. You need to understand that SRM will now start to chip away at time as the game moves closer and closer to the final few minutes, or rather to the final 15 minutes. SRM, this is an opportunity. They would like to go for a shot. They've created some space, but that additional second touch let him down because Hindustan College, the defenders got the ball for themselves. It was that second touch that did the damage, and Hindustan College was on the attack again, but denied by SRM. Chance there. A long range effort will go miles high into the sky, and another player is down on the field, and it most likely is because of the cramps that is happening due to the heat. As the game goes on, we also need to understand that players are going to fall a lot frequently, especially of SRM, if they continues to lead by a slender goal. And it's mostly because this is also a strategy, this is also a tactic, and they say everything is fair in love and war, and this is war. This is a war of the highest order where two teams are desperate to get themselves the desired results. SRM would be desperate to keep their lead intact, wherein Hindustan College would keep on knocking on the doors to ensure that they find that all-important equalizer. There's some nice tussle and excellent defensive work there from SRM, and now SRM has the opportunity to break. It's gone a bit far than to his liking, but then he'll eventually find a shot there. The shot was a bit too wild. The goalkeeper won't be entangling with that, and it's a goal kick at the end of the day. A few protests being made, but the referee doesn't want to pay heed to the same. Can Hindustan College get some momentum, get some further momentum going their way? Well, of course, that'll be $1 million question. But as things stand, they have got the momentum rolling their way. They have got the moves. They have got the numbers. They've got everything except that goal. And that is because of a pass like that. They've been extremely careless in the opposition attacking unit that probably could have got them that equalizer. And they have failed to press. They have failed to probe the opposition defense despite this was an opportunity, but again, this was supposed to be a cross, but it was pretty insoluble of what he was trying to do. He was most likely trying to go for glory himself, but that resultant effort to unleash a knuckleball goes a bit too wide, takes a wild swing, and flows out for a goal kick. We are in the final 10 minutes of regulation time between these two colleges. What an encounter we have so far savored. And the referee blows his whistle. They'll be fortunate that the cut doesn't come out because it was clearly an intentional attempt to handle the ball. But probably wanted to shoulder it down, but it's not easy to control the ball in the shoulder. Well, the attacker from SRM isn't happy, and now SRM has a chance to go for the shot, goes for it, but it was a bit too far than his liking, and it went as a goal kick straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Some desperation shown by both the sides, SRM in terms of attack and Hindustan College in terms of defense. And now somehow the last 2 minutes we have started seeing a lot more of SRM than Hindustan College. Sends a curling ball in, the goalkeeper will definitely lay claim to that, so no troubles there. A few passes stitched together there in the center by SRM, and now they sends a long ball forward, but the goalkeeper will collect it comfortably. There was definitely a definitely a defensive intervention, and the referee has blown his whistle, so it's going to be a free kick in favor of Hindustan College. But there's another player who's down, and it's off SRM at the moment. A likely twist of ankle due to the uneven nature of the ground can be the cause. We will soon confirm what exactly has happened. A twisted ankle can always be painful, and I guess that was exactly what happened because he bared his shoe down. So whenever you open your shoe, it's mainly because you have a twist. The ankle usually tends to swell up, so the more you don your feet back, like your shoe back, then it gets very challenging. Hindustan College has the ball back in their favor and tries to go forward. This can be a decent run. He still kept the ball in, a chance for him to shoot. The angle was way too acute. He needed some help, but the help arrived way too late. He had to pull the trigger because he was already getting crowded. Look at this. That was $1 million touch. I guess he went a bit too far for that shot, and that was most likely because the angle. So this would be constituting a pretty solid defensive move because despite the fact that there weren't any feet involved, but what eventually was involved was actually cutting down the angle that made things a lot more difficult for Hindustan College to go for that shot. And now SRM can break. Sends the ball forward. Again, he couldn't control. The ball was been bouncing a bit too awkwardly, and any which ways he was offside. So even if he would have controlled, it wouldn't have made much difference. And there's a chance for SRM again. Takes the shot from range and finds it into the back of the net. A brilliant, brilliant finish. And there was nothing that the... Yes, it is a goal, and the celebrations, it has been confirmed. Took it on the volley. Not an easy shot to take on the volley. We'll quickly take a look there. And this would probably put the game to bed. It has been a long, long time coming. What a finish. What a thunderous finish. There you go. Takes his time. The defender had to put a foot in early, but he didn't. He allowed that shot. And now the game is probably beyond all recognition for Hindustan College. An absolutely clinical finish. A brilliant strike. And it doesn't get better than that. It was a great goal there from Mohammad Liaquat for SRM. But the goalkeeper has again fallen down. There's too many injuries happening there. He's back on his feet. I guess it's the cramps that's happening. And I don't think, unless they find the back of the net in the next 2 minutes. Excuse me. It's kind of a bit difficult for them to recover from this equation at the moment. The game has started for Hindustan College, but the referee says that he didn't blow the whistle. And the game restarts. Sends a quick ball in the back. And once again, this is another opportunity for SRM to score the third, but this time he drags it wide. It was from a similar fashion he scored the second. An opportunity once again coming his way. He's not really sure that it would. There you go. It was almost identical in nature, but this time he couldn't keep his shot down. But the ball's fallen back for SRM. The second goal has started working out its wonders, has started giving them a massive psychological boost, and they keep on coming back and back. They're hungry for that third. The question is, can they get it? Decent defensive work there. However, it's going to end up as a throw-in in favor of Hindustan College. Hindustan College wanted to get a chance there, and it's going to be another yellow card, and this time to an SRM defender. The player's down on his feet. Most likely it's going to be a free kick. The players are saying not to argue at the moment. They have a 2-goal lead. They're calming down. That's good to see. Leading from the front. They are still not giving up hope here. They want that goal. They want at least that opener that can probably give them the energy, because it's pretty sure there will be at least 3 to 4 minutes of added time in this game. But they'll have to get the goal from this. If this move goes out, that probably is the end of all their resistance so far. Hindustan College floats that free kick in. It's still not gone out of. He was contemplating an acrobatic effort, but then he didn't get the space to do that. We are in the final 10 seconds of regulation time and the game carries forward. It's fallen back for SRM. They has a chance again, but this time they took too much time that allowed Hindustan College to bring their defenders down. We'll soon confirm the number of additional minutes that has been added. This was a chance. We'll quickly have a look at the chance. There you go. Okay, this was a foul basically. So he rammed his head into the opposition shoulder. It can be painful at times because at the end of the day, when you're hitting the shoulder is usually a very powerful part of your body. So, and that you're ramming your head. Your head is one of the most vulnerable part of the human body. So, at times the knock can be impactful. Chance for Hindustan College to break free. Again, that pass had too much in it. So that will probably not fall for that intended player. SRM on the move again. They want a third for themselves. They're still hungry for the third goal. Plays the pass. Tries to stitch forward. Another opportunity for SRM to take a shot. He still has it and he's rolled it into the back of the net. Has the goal been given or has it been an offside? So a bit fortunate there. Oh, the goal has been given actually. They were not celebrating. It initially felt that the goal hasn't been. Again, a defensive lapse, a lapse of concentration in the opposition defense allowed the players to break free. It felt as if they had given up already. But the game's still away from being over from the final whistle. At least a couple of minutes. There's a SRM player who's still receiving the treatment. We'll see a goal here. There. Keen touch. That touch created all the difference. And the goalkeeper didn't bother to come forward and shorten it down. Or probably was not sure. He was in the dilemma that whether he should dart forward or not. He eventually didn't. And as a result, they are now 3 goals behind. The last 2 minutes the last 5 minutes has produced 2 goals. And the game now is almost beyond all control for Hindustan College. They still put a few bodies forward, still hoping to find that consolation goal for themselves, but couldn't control it. We are most likely a few seconds away from the final whistle being blown. They're taking their time, and I don't think it's gonna make much difference because it's a 3-goal cushion that they have. They just are tired and exhausted. Few changes are happening. Ball still with SRM at the moment. Takes a step inside. Sends it forward to the far right, but he won't be able to keep it in control. A long throw being taken. They keep on fighting. A chance there for Hindustan College, but again, frittered away. Not frittered away, the ball's still there in control of them. But now it goes out for a corner. Some intense action in the additional minutes of the second half. Towards the dying end, rather. It's going to be a corner kick. Whips that in and the defense will take care of it. Takes a long range effort, but the goalkeeper will probably just wait and watch from a spot because that's not going to be a bother. They had a few questions to answer, of course, in the second half. But after weathering that storm for over and over again, a frustrated Hindustan college started loosening up their defense and eventually conceded two more goals in addition to the first halves. The referee still hasn't blown the whistle, so the game goes forward. SRM has another opportunity to break free, looking for another shot, but this time the defender was alert and didn't let him slip. And that's the final whistle. The referee puts an end to affairs now. A great game of football eventually meets its end. And as things stand, it's a 3-0 thumping victory for Sriram for SRM Institute of Science. It's Gopinath, Mohammad Liaquat, and Harish to find the back of the net. A game of very perfect, even proportions, both the sides duking hard against each other, but eventually the result going SRM Institute's way after a solid display of confidence, faith, and belief. That is all from the first game. We'll soon return to you. Stay tuned. It'll be a matter of minutes before we return to you with a second game of the day. And till then, we'll wait for you to catch up to speed of what just happened.